Hey, folks, welcome to your week. It's so bad it's good. This is our pop culture roundup. This is going to be our last one of the year with Sophie because she is going on a little holiday vacay, well-deserved. So here she is. We're going to finish out the year strong. The one, the only, from Snarkbait, which will be on tour this year in 2026. Sophie Ross. Sophie, what is up?
Hi, how's it going?
Hi. It's going good. You're at your in-laws right now, but you're going to be leaving to
Yes.
where you're going somewhere tropical in
I'm
a couple
going
days,
to
right?
Turks and Caicos.
Oh my! I told Rebecca that you were going somewhere like tropical, and she was like, "That's what we need to do." Oh God, I'm so jealous.
Wait, you're not going on a baby moon?
Well, we are, but we're not go. We have to go to my parents, my dad's place.
Oh,
We're leaving
that'll be fun.
tomorrow. Yeah,
That'll
it's like
be
a
fun.
tropical. It's a tropical vacay in a sense, sure.
In a sense, yeah. In its
Yeah,
own way.
we had to
I was
go.
telling my therapist, who's an Orthodox Jew, about Turks and Caicos. He hadn't heard of it and he kept calling it cakes. He was like, "So when do
You
you go to
go into
cakes?"
cakes. All right. All right. Cakes. Do you wait? Do you work? Because sometimes, do you worry when your therapist does something like that? Of like, does he not realize Turks and Caicos is a place he's calling it cakes? Like sometimes if my therapist gets something wrong, like in the media or something, I get a little nervous.
No, I mean he'd never heard of it. It's cakes to him. And that's
Wow.
okay. He doesn't
So
need to
you,
know. He doesn't watch the Kardashians. He doesn't need to know. He doesn't listen to Drake.
Wait, do you ever talk about pop culture in your therapy?
And honestly, we kind of did this past week.
Wait, like in what sense?
I I was talking about how the way people are talking about Odessa Azion on Twitter is really scaring me.
So
People don't
Odessa
know how
Zion,
to
if you guys don't know, she's the actor from I Love LA, and she's also the female lead
Marty
in
Supreme.
the upcoming Marty Supreme, Christmas Day, Timothy Chalamet. How are because one of my proudest moments of 2025 is that I am off Twitter, and I don't begrudge anybody that's on Twitter. I used to
Yep.
love Twitter, but I am fully off it. I couldn't
I'm
mentally do it anymore. But how
I'm
are they
ready to
treating
delete it.
Odessa? How are they
They
treating her on there?
are accusing her of brown face and pretending to be ethnically ambiguous because she's like slightly tanner and has slightly darker hair than she did when she was younger. And it's just the way that people talk about Jewish women on Twitter. Like it's the same thing with Mikey Madison. People can't understand the concept of a Jewish woman. And the way they're talking about her is veering into anti-Semitic territory. So I was talking about how much that disturbed me as a Jewish woman, but
It
yeah.
is interesting in how we deal with anything on social media, whether it be your personal life or pop culture. I noticed this other thing people do online is that they will, and this happened a lot with the Rob Reiner, the unfortunate passing of him and his wife, Michelle. They would be like, one of the best filmmakers out there, Princess Bride, A Few Good Men, a lot of bad films as well. I'm like, why do you have to put a lot of bad films as well? It's your little tweet or your thread. Why is it necessary in a thread to write he also made bad films? Like why do you have to put that part? Like that to
Okay,
me sometimes
Trump.
insane. Yeah, well, it's like what I don't understand. Where I'm like, why do you need to acknowledge in it that like, well, he didn't make all good work, and I think that's such a bizarre thing, especially at a time of tragedy. Like, there's no
Yeah.
cool fact. You don't need to. There's no cool factor at that time.
That happens
Um,
a lot with like celebrities. That I remember when a football player named Dwayne Haskins tragically passed away, I believe in 2022. And a lot of the tweets from like the NFL commentators were like, he struggled a lot on the Miami
so,
Dolphins. And it's like, he's fucking dead in a tragic
yeah,
accident. Like, have some respect.
you don't need to make him like, the Michael Jordan of football, but you can also like, you don't need to point out every flaw in the man's character at a time of passing or at the time of tragedy, because I feel like we all like kind of know, like, like we're humans. We all do good things and bad things. But I do find it interesting because it's so depersonalized on social media, which is meant to bring us closer together. And I think that's the thing that I struggle to grapple with. But anyways, getting off something kind of serious into something that I think is equally tragic is that we did mention Marty Supreme, the movie, and we talked about this last week because Timothy Chalamet's press tour is really something that I've never seen before in terms of it's the first press tour where I was like, oh, he's making me want to not see a movie that I really wanted to see. Like
Wait, really?
oh my God. Sophie, we talked about it last week, how he said he's doing top tier shit. But this week, he released this a verse on a rap track from a rapper called Easty Kid. And there was speculation that Timothée Chalamet was Easty Kid because he wore face coverings and his eyes kind of looked like Timothée Chalamet.
Yeah.
So that was the rumor out there, right? Well, this week they proved that that is not the case when Timothée Chalamet popped up on a Easty Kid track. The track is called 4 Raws. And they even have a video. It's in a cramped kitchen. They're both rapping their hearts out. And let me just go over Timothée Chalamet's rap for you guys. Pour a pint of that dirty, Timmy Tim, bout 30. Still sipping dirty, still putting work in. Get your girl Birkin, even though I'm jerking. It's Timothée Chalamet chilling, trying to stack 100 million. Girl got a billion.
Got a billion.
Okay, I'll stop right there. That's also she inflated her wealth. I think Forbes even came out. She's worth a lot of money, you guys. I don't want to rain on Kylie's parade or any of the Kardashians, but she is not worth $1 billion. So I almost feel bad if Timothée Chalamet does not know that the girl is not worth $1 billion. But whatever.
Yeah,
he keeps
has anyone told him?
I know. I feel like he's just putting.
He's in the dark.
Yeah, but this is the kind of sense we don't need false narratives out there. He continues, what the fuck? What a wonderful feeling. Head to the ceiling. Since 2017, I'm living the dream. I'm getting the cream. I'm living on theme. I'm doing my things. It's Marty Supreme. It's Marty Supreme. It's Marty flex, man. I'm flexing. Got a can of Coke and that check-in. Got model bitches in Peckham. I'm Ryan Reynolds in Wrexham. In the year 2025 to name drop Ryan Reynolds, that's another.
Yeah, that was an interesting choice. I think I missed that specific lyric.
I thought he was going to drop it in with us, like on Blake Lively's team. Yo, what's chillin'? Like I was like, this is getting so weird. Then he goes,
Fuck
I'm having
Baldoni.
Fuck you, Baldoni. I'm having fun just sexting. My dick is young and restless. When they say I'm too senseless, I respond like, bitch, you guessed it. My life is an opera. Look at the Oscars. Look at the groupies. Look at the movies. Look at the AAA. Girl, go and choose me. Look at my haters, man. They want to sue me. Chill in the coupe in the 4-door. Live on Iraqis and Mordor. Iraqis from Dune. I live like the king with my sword drawn. It's that Marty Supreme and the 4 Raws.
Yep.
So,
I mean, Ryan, I hate to break it to you. It's working.
Sophie, by the way, if you don't watch this on YouTube, Sophie was like bopping her head while I was reading those lyrics.
I mean, he's pretty good. He's pretty good. Okay.
Well, like this is, by the way, and I will say I feel bad because like he's talking about the Oscars a lot, and Tom Hanks did have a rap group in the 90s when he won for Philadelphia and Forrest Gump. He was part of NWA at that time. So this is not unheard of.
I didn't even know that. Wait, so did you see?
Wait, Sophie, Tom Hanks was not in NWA. I'm joking.
Oh, I don't know. I actually believed you. I was like, yeah. I mean, look at his son.
Yeah, Chet Hanks. Tom, that just doesn't come from nowhere, that kind of rap gift.
Exactly. Okay, did you see this? Marty Supreme has had the biggest per theater average gross for a film in almost a decade, earning $875,000 from 6 theaters this weekend.
So it's working. There's a lot of dipshits. No, I mean, I think it's just also my age. I see this and I'm like, dude, like, don't do this. You're rapping
like,
now.
Do less.
Well, also, I mean, talk about leaning into hip hop culture so much where I'm like, pull up the jeans, man. I don't need to see your little tiny drawers. Like, I hate to do this. He's
having fun though. I think what's so endearing about it is that like he genuinely is having a good time.
Oh, bah humbug. I hope he's having a good time when he loses the respect of old people like me. That's where I hope he's having a good time then. And also to be name dropping my girl's got $1 billion. I'm trying to stack 100 million. Dude, why'd you just make good work? You're trying to stack 100 million, Timmy.
Yeah.
Like, stop.
So
Stop.
I think it's doing two things. I think it is working for commercial purposes.
Yes.
I think that, obviously it's working. The kids are paying attention to what he's doing. He's said before that he has this massive platform on Instagram, and of course he's going to use it to promote his shit. Obviously, he knows what he's doing. But I think it's also hurting his Oscar campaign. I don't think it's helping him because, like you said, it's making people take him less seriously.
Yeah.
Because he's not coming across as serious.
Well, I mean, and I do believe you can have fun on press tours.
Yeah,
I just don't know. This just seems so not out of left field because I know he genuinely thinks of himself as part of this kind of underground hip hop culture. But the Kylie Jenner, the this, the that, like I take him so much less seriously. And like I said last week, just show us, don't tell us. When you know, like obviously you have a great talent, you don't need to tell us. People will pick up on it. But I think I guess the fear is that he wants the celebrity. That's what it feels like. He wants the celebrity. Like that's what I think. Is that we talk about these pop culture celebrities all the time. There are certain people I kind of put out of the fray that I'm like, oh, they're in it just for the work. And now it just feels like it's like neck and neck. Cillian Murphy, yeah. You didn't see Cillian Murphy rapping during Oppenheim. Yo, we got Barbenheimer. What up? I'm Cillian. I'm trying to stack a million. You didn't hear that. But that actually would have worked. That would have been a badass rhyme.
My brain is so cooked from reality TV that I was like, wait, it's Oppenheimer. It's not.
Well, no, this is how cooked my brain is. I'll watch Selling Sunset and they say the Oppenheim brothers. And I'm always like, oh, I wonder if they were ever related to that guy with the bomb.
Wait, it's No.
Oppenheim, the Oppenheim agency, but Oppenheimer. But I would always get it confused.
I'm getting it confused right now. Oppenheimer is the guy who did the bomb.
Yeah. Oppenheim are the real estate moguls that I think are the same person.
I've never claimed to be smart.
Yeah, by the way, guys, have at it, Reddit. You can do another We're Fucking Dumb, because we are. Have at it, man. I've never tried to say I'm smart.
Oh my God, I'm a fucking idiot. We all know this by now. You guys know this by now.
Yeah.
The Oppenheimer group.
The Oppenheim group. The Oppenheim group. Oppenheimer would be the guy that created the bomb. It's not the Oppenheimer group.
The Oppenheimer brothers. The twins.
By the way, the Oppenheimer group would be badass. It's like, yes, that was our father. He
was our dad.
He was pretty badass. Okay, anyways, I'm still going to see Marty Supreme. I'm just starting to cringe every time I see Timothée Chalamet. But if the kids are loving it, that's all I guess that matters. And by the way, it is, like you said, it's working. Like it's per theater average. If they can get kids into movie theaters, that is, to me, that's a great gift. So congratulations. We did have a great Christmas holiday gift this past weekend, though. On Friday, we had a Netflix fight where boxer Anthony Joshua knocked out Jake Paul, influencer, YouTuber, in 6th round to win heavyweight fight. And this guy broke Jake Paul's jaw in 2 places. Did you see this?
I did see this. And I was surprised. I thought that Jake Paul was supposed to be like the best.
He beat Mike Tyson 30 years older than him. He's supposed to be in the thing with Jake Paul is this is talking about like influencing and stuff and talking big, is that I thought about this like a lot of the weekend, is that advertising and optics, they can get you really far. And by the way, don't feel bad for Jake Paul. He made $92 million off of this fight. It can, but at the end of the day, if you don't have the actual talent, you can be good. But at some point, and also he was fighting this dude that was way taller than him, had a way bigger boxing reach in just terms of his arm length. There's no reason he should have won anyways. But I was kind of assuming that Jake Paul was paying off the people that he has fought in the past, because I just didn't really believe. But I think that shit only gets you so far. Eventually, you're going to come up against somebody that actually has talent, that actually is at the prime of their sport. And I don't think everything is for everybody. And this was my thought, even though I did enjoy All's Fair, this was my thought about Kim Kardashian as well. No, I know you loved it, but my argument... She got
better. Sorry. I was just
please.
As the show went on, I thought her acting got better.
Okay, but
what do you think?
I agree with you. She did get better. But my thought with that is, why am I watching somebody get better on something that's already supposed to be there? Is that you're getting opportunities that most people would never get. And hopefully maybe she will continue to get better. But it's like Jake Paul. There's only so far you can get. And to Kim Kardashian's credit, part of the reason that All's Fair was a success was because she was a part of it, because she actually was able to have the power to put that together. But I do have there does seem to be a tendency in this last 4 years, maybe even longer, is that it's all kind of bluster. It's all telling people that you're the greatest instead of actually being the greatest. And I don't want that to be the 2026 legacy. I wanted people that like I can only make fun of Chalamet for so far because he's actually damn good at what he does. But you know what I'm saying? Folks, have you ever had that my last pair of contacts panic? I used to do that all the time where I would not reorder my contacts and then I would have to re-wear contacts all the day. It was horrible. Or worse, you've been completely out and stuck wearing like big, bulky glasses, the kind that do not look cool. Now, I don't even worry about it because my next set is always on the way with 1-800-CONTACTS. They're the only major contact lens retailer that lets you renew your prescription online, so I can get my contacts fast. 1-800-CONTACTS have fast, free shipping and delivers the same contacts my doctor prescribes right to my door, all without ever leaving my home. So for over 30 years, 1-800-CONTACTS has been the leader in online contact lens delivery with millions of contacts in stock and award-winning customer service. Here is what sets them apart from everyone else. They offer fast, free shipping on every order and have over 100 million contact lenses in stock, ready to ship from their distribution centers across the country. They also have free returns and exchanges, which means you can order confidently. They even offer unbeatable perks like free torn lens replacement. They also provide a way to renew your contact lens prescription from home with their online vision exam. Express Exam. It takes less than 10 minutes and it gives you a doctor-issued prescription you can use to buy contact lenses. No other major retailer makes prescription renewal that easy. And their best price guarantee means if you find your contacts at a lower price elsewhere, they're going to beat it. That's a promise you won't find everywhere. They also have extra discounts for new customers on their site. Their 24/7 customer support is there if you ever need help day or night. Whether you have a strong prescription or astigmatism like I do, they will deliver your contacts with fast, free shipping straight to your mailbox. So, getting contacts doesn't have to be a hassle. Let 1-800-CONTACTS get you the contact lenses you need right now. Order online at 1-800-CONTACTS.com and download the free 1-800-CONTACTS app today.
Well, I think, there are plenty of vocations that allow you to be outwardly boastful about how talented you are. Like, look at athletes. We talked about this when we were talking about Timothy. It's like athletes or like rock stars or rappers or whoever it is. But like, for some reason, we expect our actors to like take themselves more seriously, which you could argue shouldn't be the case. Like he's allowed to be cocky and confident. He's like one of the best in the world, you know?
Well, I think we've gone through generations of like confidence and cockiness, but we've also seen that turn into really bad things like drug addiction, falling off. Like think about Charlie Sheen back in the day, or think about they're like just a list of actors winning. Yeah. Like they would go off the rails. And I think, when you see somebody so talented, you kind of want to protect them. And celebrity does really weird things to people. And, so, like there is that precipice of like thinking that you start buying your own press. You start buying your own fans.
Yep.
You start buying that. And it's just one of those kind of like early warning signs. And with Chalamet and the Kylie Jenner and I like Kylie Jenner. I just think they come from two different worlds in a sense in terms of how I thought Chalamet looked at art. And I don't know, it's hard because I feel then bad I don't want to knock Kylie Jenner, but it just adds up to like, wow, Timothy wasn't doing this 4 years ago and he was doing great performances.
Yeah.
But now there's this kind of rock star hip hop culture that I associate with the Kardashians more than I ever did with him.
Right. I mean, it does. I've said this all along that him being with Kylie does make me take him less seriously. And it's, like you said, not a knock on Kylie Jenner necessarily. It's just like, I don't take the Kardashians seriously. I don't think a lot of people do, which...
But to your point, though, you said she got better. You still watch the show All's Fair. I was watching...
loved All's Fair.
And I love this season of the Kardashians. Like sitting there watching Kim crash out because she threw her back out studying for the law exam. I'm just sitting here going like, what? Like, we're supposed to feel bad for you? But at the same time, I'm sitting here loving watching it. Not because she's in pain, but just because who has the balls to have everything in life? And we already know she worked hard for it to some degree. We know that. But then to put yourself on television crying about this, and it's one of those other things is that she will eventually she'll pass the bar, right? She'll eventually, she's not going to give up. She'll eventually pass it. But some people aren't born with it. Like Kim probably wasn't born with like a legal brain, right? So she's going to have to really work, right? Some people are born with that.
She also didn't graduate college, which is, I think, a prerequisite to go to law school. And then going to law school is what helps you pass the bar. So she is trying to, do the little shortcut. But you know what? Like, maybe she will just commit fully to the whole acting thing. Did you hear that she got cast in the Pride and Prejudice? It's going to be directed by Emerald Fennell.
Fuck you. No, she did not. Fuck you.
Pride and Prejudice, and Kim is...
Fuck you. You're joking, right? Please say you're joking. You're joking. Please tell me you're joking.
And
are you joking? Wait, are you joking?
No, I'm serious.
She is not in Pride and Prejudice. No, she is not in an Emerald Fennell. Emerald Fennell, I don't know if I'm saying her. She did Saltburn, and she's doing the Wuthering Heights with Jacob Elordi. She was actually on this show a couple years ago, Emerald, and she did Promising Young Woman. She's not. I'm going to look this up right now. I swear to God, Sophie, you better be lying to me. You better be lying to me.
And then it's actually going to be...
wait. Oh, my God, wait.
It's actually going to be James Charles as Mr. Darcy.
Okay, you fucking ass. Okay. You're like, God, I was like, I don't... But see, that's how weird the world is that I did believe you. And I was like, oh, we're going out on 2025 on a low note. And because I used to joke. I said, if fucking Kim Kardashian winds up on like a new season of, what's that period piece on Netflix that they...
Downton Abbey. Oh, Bridgerton.
Like if she winds up on Bridgerton, I'm going to jump off a bridge.
No, imagine Kim Kardashian on Downton Abbey.
Oh, hello, sir. What's going on? It's me, Kimmy.
I did hear that they're rebooting Peaky Blinders, and Cillian Murphy and Kim Kardashian are going to co-star in it.
You know what I would love to see? I would love to see Kris Jenner on Peaky Blinders. Because Kris Jenner, I think, I've always held true that we've never really seen how Kris Jenner actually operates. She's got to be like a mafia boss. She's like, we see like the fun Kris that enjoys the martinis, but like she's an operator. And I say that as a high compliment. Like I say that as like, you think Diddy, like, come on, man. Like there's some weird, but she must be so good and so ruthless at her job to get all of those daughters, even Kourtney, to get even Kourtney to earn a paycheck you've got to be talented for that.
Oh, she has disappeared so many people.
She's going to disappear us over the holidays.
She literally is. Guys, you heard it.
No, but by the way, Sophie, the Timothée Chalamet, Brian, it's like if I all of a sudden did a rap about how good I am at podcasting. Yo, like 5 days a week. Why not 6 days a week? Why not Patreon? Yo, we got Snarkbait Sophie Ross doing the ins and outs. Dark Energy Tuesday. You know what it's about.
Why are you acting like we wouldn't love that? Like, are you like, I would be obsessed with that if you did that. Like, stop acting like it would be like the best thing ever.
No, I do. I just don't. I don't respond to people like it's the Jake Paul, the Logan Paul, the people, and they. By the way, God bless him, it works. But like Jake Paul, eventually he was going to get knocked out because he wasn't the best. And so I thought that was interesting. And he broke his jaw in 2 places, and then he still wants to get back in the ring. And I don't know, like he's making so you don't feel bad because he's close to becoming a billionaire, but at the same time. Is it worth the people knowing? And then I like, what's the guy we always make fun of from Barstool? Dave Portnoy. Dave Portnoy is like, if you're making fun of Jake Paul, then you just, man, something's wrong with you because you got to respect this kid. I'm like, I got to respect this kid because he put himself in a situation that, like, wait, I got to respect him because he... Like, wait, he was on his knees most of the fight, grabbing the guy's waist just to not get hit. Why do I have to respect him?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we don't have to respect a Paul brother.
Yeah. Sorry, this is starting off way too aggressive when it's usually a sillier thing, but I just thought it was this thing. I want people to be great. And I don't know, that's also the disappointment with Chalamet. Anyways,
Wow, this is
Move.
like, I feel like we could like write a thesis on like the Jake Paul and the Timothy Chalamet and how like this is intertwined.
I'm going back to ASU. We could do, this is going to be, what if if I could get a master's in something, by the way, this actually would make a good paper. This would be in like how we make celebrities, the influencer culture, and some people just not up. The biggest thing that I love about influencers, the biggest thing that I am so jealous of is that at the end of the day, they are so good at editing. Like that's a skill. That's a skill, like editing your own stuff. Like if I find out influencers don't edit their own stuff, that's when I'm like, oh, that sucks. But I know some influencers that the biggest thing about it that I love is that like, God, your editing skills are insanely good.
Yeah. I mean, it's not an easy, I've never ever claimed that being an influencer is an easy job. They make a lot of money for what seems like a little bit of work. But actually, I think there's a lot of hard work that goes into it. And when you're a successful influencer, you're doing a lot of fucking annoying ass shit, like filming and editing.
Well, and also, I mean, there are ethical influencers, but usually those aren't the ones that are like the biggest influencers. Like in 2025, in your opinion, and maybe Snarkbait's covered this, who is the biggest influencer out there right now?
I mean, Earle still is. Like
But by the way, Earle got my respect. I mean, Dancing with the Stars like earned it.
Star-turning year going on Dancing with the Stars. She's become a household name. Yeah, I think that Earle far and away is the world's biggest. I mean, maybe not the world. I know every time I say that, people are like, you forget about, this country's superstar. America's biggest influencer, I will say.
Yeah. Like which influencers are big overseas? Like, do we have any?
Chiara Ferragni is Italy's big. She's Italy's Kim Kardashian, but she had that big scandal recently. Have you heard of her?
No, never.
Oh my God.
I'm sure Rebecca has, but I haven't. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure she has. She it's not even worth getting into. Just look up Chiara Ferragni fraud and you'll see she's had some scandals recently. But yeah, she is basically Italy's Kim Kardashian. Matilda Djerf is like Sweden's probably. I don't know.
Are there any American influencers that are big overseas?
Probably.
Yeah.
I just can't like think of any.
Well, I mean, I've been reading so many think pieces towards the end of the year saying influencer culture is dying. And I really don't know whether like that is true or not. Is. Yeah, like I feel like no, we're still pretty much we'll fall for it still for a couple more years.
I just think that's a crazy thing to say. As annoying as we find them sometimes, like first of all, the kids aren't watching like the news. They're also like not necessarily
they're not watching movies. They're not watching TV shows.
They're not watching like The Sopranos. They're watching YouTube and they're watching vlogs and they're watching TikTok. And so these are their like movie stars, honestly. And also brands are spending more on influencers to do marketing than ever before. It's cheaper than producing a commercial. It's cheaper than putting up billboards. You just pay an influencer. They'll make the content for you and people engage with it. It's like influencers aren't going anywhere as much as we sometimes wish they would. They're not.
Well, but extreme wealth seems like it is, that is becoming a thing of like, don't show us all.
Just like, yeah, it's just like, okay, this doesn't like fit the moment. Like people are starving, people are dying. Like, just like cool it with like the wealth flaunting. I think, yeah, like Jaclyn Hill is one that got in trouble recently because she was like, guys, you aren't engaging with my content anymore.
Yes,
yes. Because you're so fucking annoying about flaunting your wealth. It's not relatable and we don't like watching it.
Yeah, and she went to the some fancy store and bought $2,000 like tops or purses, and she's like, I don't know which one I wanted, so I bought both of them, and it was like, yeah, man, people like that's extreme wealth that's rubbing it in people's faces at some point.
People are starving, so
yeah, people are starving. Kim, okay, so Jake Paul, he lost, he broke his jaw in two places. We'll see what happens. But in more positive news, this weekend, we had a debate last week if I should watch Heated Rivalry, which is on HBO Max. It is about these hockey players, and there are two gay hockey players. They're not out, though. They're not out, and it's highly sexualized. But I saw everybody on social media, and I wanted to be a part of it, even though I'm not gay and I don't like hockey. And I finally had to after because there was an episode that came out on Friday that people said, this is the best episode of TV since like Breaking Bad. And I was like, okay, I'm in. Yeah, I got to watch it.
I need to finally watch it. I've been in Emily in Paris world for the past few days, but
you're watching season 5 of Emily in Paris? This podcast is sponsored by Walden University. Do you ever catch yourself thinking, hey, what if I could go after what I actually want and really make a difference? Well, if you do, you're not alone. And that's exactly why I want to tell you about Walden University. For over 50 years, Walden has helped working adults like you get the W with the knowledge and skills to build the future you want and make a difference where it matters most. With 100+ degrees and certificates, it has never been easier for students to find a program that matches their goals. And with Walden's Tempo Learning, you're in control. No set weekly deadlines, no rigid schedules, just the flexibility to progress towards your degree at your own pace. Available in select programs. So, if you want to make a real change, Walden University. Set a course for change. Certified to operate by Chev.
Obviously.
So, well, guys, so we watched the first 2 episodes, Rebecca and I, last night. And I gotta tell you, it's good. It is good. It really, I just kept thinking, if I was a gay kid trying to find my way in like high school or young, man, what a Christmas gift I just got. Or if I was like struggling with my sexuality, I would sneak watch this show. There are so many sex scenes. And I will tell you, as I get older, I get more fuddy-duddy and I get a little prudish. And so I was sitting there going like, oh my God, I'm like, look at this guy's butt. And Rebecca's like next to me like going, yeah, she was loving it. She was like, woo, yeah, bring it on. And I was sitting there like, I was like, oh my God. Well, because it really goes there. Within like the first 15 minutes, I'm watching like these guys blow each other. I mean, you don't see the full thing, but
I'm gonna watch that as soon as I finish. I'm already on episode 7 of Emily in Paris as soon as I'm done.
But I want to make the clarification. It's not like Skinamax where you're just, like you'd stayed up late as a kid when you're like 13 or 14 to watch some boobs on a really horrible movie. This actually does have like a decent plot, but there are highly sexualized scenes in it. So you were talking about Henry. You were like, oh, I want to see Henry's reaction to this because I think this is a breaking the glass ceiling for gay sex in TV.
Well, Henry played hockey his whole life and played hockey in college. So I'm like, do you relate to this? Do you want to relive your glory days?
Well, if these are his glory days, like, I mean, and by the way, the 2 male leads, attractive dudes, like, I just kept thinking, like, if I was a gay kid, I would this would be my entire personality. It would make me more confident. Like, I mean, like, but also, the actors are good. Some of them saying, like, one of the actors is bad. I thought they're both really good. I'm only 2 episodes in, but I guess episode 5 is where it really, like, is, like, amazing, I guess.
One of them is Russian, right?
No, he's not Russian in real life, but he plays a Russian.
But he plays a Russian. Everyone's saying that like he plays a Russian so well.
He does. I just found out today that he wasn't Russian because I was like looking for interviews with these guys. But it's an out of the box hit.
Do a Russian accent really fast.
I can do it because of Galena from the McPhee dynasty. You Russian prostitute, you whore, you prostitute. You're going to suck on my balls. How about that, hockey man? You want to suck on these big wang, hockey man? Does that sound Russian at all?
That was great.
Okay, good. So Heated Rivalry, I got to tell you, but I will say, I was like hiding from some of the sex. I was like, oh my God. It reminded me of like watching sex scenes around your parents, like when a sex scene would accidentally come on when you would be watching something and you'd be like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed right now. Even though I shouldn't be embarrassed because Rebecca was fucking loving it. She was like, this is hot.
She was going,
yeah, no, I was the one going, hee. I have a picture I took of Rebecca watching it, and she had the biggest smile on her face. She is so much cooler than I am. So Heated Rivalry, just be aware that you're going to watch some graphic sex. You're going to watch men entering.
My in-laws after this?
Yeah, no, I mean, for comedic purposes, yes. If you're the kind of person that likes to make people uncomfortable, watch it around all your in-laws. And by the way, if you have any weird political conversations this holiday season, throw on Heated Rivalry with the family. That will get you guys talking about something completely different.
Yeah.
Okay, so this week we had our last kind of full week of Bravo because next week we have zero new. Like tonight we have Sunday night we had Potomac and Married to Medicine, but then we are off for like the podcast isn't off, but Bravo is dark this week. They'll be airing other things, and then Salt Lake City picks back up on the 30th. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and Southern Charm, they don't pick back up until like January 7th or 8th.
Oh, that's
so
sad.
there's a. It's no, dude, this is like the biggest gift ever to do with like to have a week away from like new Bravo episodes.
I'm sorry. I am loving Southern Charm this season.
Same.
I'm loving
Baba
it.
do.
It's so
Dude,
good.
Rebecca's recapping it with me on the show. And we like, first off, it's so fun to recap with her, but it is the draw of Craig's hot tub has to be studied. Like, it is so funny that he's like Willy Wonka and that hot tub is his chocolate factory.
Yep.
It's like Nicole Kidman going into an AMC movie theater. Craig, when he talks about his hot tub, and the fact that this Sally is so enthralled by this hot tub.
Yep. They need to start why aren't they filming the hot tub nights? We hear so much about it. Film the 4 a.m. Hot tub, Coke binge, like that's
because also remember Craig's a conspiracy theorist. You get there out 4 in the morning with Craig going and then looking up at the stars, going, the moon's a base. It's not the actual moon. You know that, right? You know that, right, Sally?
Real. The moon,
Sally,
real. You know that, right, Sally?
Sally, you know that. I was talking to my friend Kim Kardashian. The moon landing wasn't real. Are you a fucking? Because I love how he always negs the girls too. Are you a fucking loser, Sally? Do you think the moon landing was real?
And he's like, Austin's just so jealous of me.
Austin, I love that this is not us making, he literally said this week that Austin's just jealous because he can't be in the hot tub. Yeah, he's jealous because he can't be in the hot tub partying with ladies. And I'm like, if I said I was, like, you can be jealous of something, but the specificity of jealous that he can't be in the hot tub, like, killed me. I loved it.
Craig is so delusional and stupid.
Well, and I just feel... But I like Craig a lot. I just feel...
I don't. I'm blocked by Craig, though, so I'm biased.
Well, see, I was blocked by Craig, and now I'm trying not to get blocked again.
Unblocked. Yeah.
I'm unblocked, but I'll get blocked again eventually. But I will say there is something sad. Like, once again, it's like page one. It's not a race, but like, we don't have to know Paige's mental, where she's at mentally with this breakup at all. And every week, even all of his friends behind go, oh God, this house looks like it's like gone downhill since Paige left. Like, oh, there's all the furniture Paige bought. Like, they all kind of like make fun of him behind his back. Yeah. And then to have a storyline. Like, then it was a storyline about Molly having like vaginal rejuvenation surgery that Vanita was like, I was like, this show is so low stakes, but so good. And it shows if you have real relationships, you don't need much. People will tell on themselves. You don't need big overarching like fraud storylines. You can just have relationship based stories and it works.
Yeah. I mean, the love triangle is very intriguing.
Is it a triangle? He just likes to flirt with Sally, but he wants to be with Charlie.
He wants Charlie, likes to flirt with Sally. Apparently, Sally and Austin end up having a fling after Austin and Audrey break up. I don't know what's happening with that, but I guess we'll see. Like, I'm thoroughly entertained, honestly.
Yeah, I look forward to it every week. I'm sad when it's over. And the other thing is, I said that like Shep looked like a Ken doll. There was like no package down there when he came out in that G-string, the little Speedo. And he was so proud of it.
I need to go back and watch.
I paused it. I'm on a full on between this and Heated Rivalry. Maybe I am gay. I was just staring at Shep's package and going like, where's that dick, dude? Where is it?
Yeah. I mean, Ryan, you host a Bravo pop culture podcast.
Oh, guys, so sorry. I'm finally doing something that's not manly. Like, I don't know what's happening to me. Like,
you're usually so masculine.
I know. We had to do this. We had to sit Shiva a couple weeks ago for somebody in Rebecca's family. And, there was this really nice older, thank you. But, you sit around, you're talking to people, and there was this really nice older couple. And they were talking about, I said, I work in podcasting. And You're like, oh, what's your podcast? And Rebecca's like, oh my God, it's so good. And then she's like, get out your phone. And I was like, don't do it. Like, and afterwards I had to tell her, don't ever do that. Like, because it's like, then this nice older couple is going to turn on. And then I'm sitting here talking about like, I looked at Shep's package. Yeah, folks.
Welcome to your week. Look at Shep's dick.
No, it's just like she was like, I really like the lady was like, I really like that smart list, and I'm like, yeah, it's kind of like smart list. And then I felt bad because I was like, I should be proud of it. I should be wanting everybody, like I should be like Timothy Chalamet. I should be wanting people.
I get the same. You know what? I get the same exact way. I'm like, please don't talk about my podcast called Snark Bait. Like, come on, please.
Yes,
don't, Henry, please. No, but it's funny because we're the opposite of Timothy Chalamet. We're just so humble. No, yeah, we're so embarrassed. We're embarrassed.
I'm embarrassed. But it's like, we shouldn't be embarrassed. Like, we actually get to do this for a living. Like, I mean, there's so many great things, but it is funny because you're like, oh, you wouldn't understand. And the people that do understand, you guys listening or watching, you guys understand. It's like this secret society, which I love.
Yeah,
but then you're like, yeah, I don't know. So I thought that was funny. Yeah. So, anyways, I stared at Shep's crotch for a while, but Southern Charm, I love. Salt Lake City, it's good. It's not nearly as good as those Below Deck episodes. And I really don't know where we're headed because we're close to the end because they already filmed the reunion. Bronwyn obviously announcing at the reunion that she's no longer with Todd. But last year they ended on the cast trip. So I don't know if we end on the Greece trip or there's stuff when we come back.
I don't know. I want to say that there's like 3 episodes. I could be wrong. I don't know where I got this from. I want to say there's 3 episodes left, but again, definitely. What about Meredith's jaw?
You mean how she talks like she has a coke?
There was one scene. It was when they were in the bus or the Sprinter van, whatever it is, in Greece, and her jaw movements were very concerning.
Was that when she was crying about wanting to talk to Brooks?
Yeah, and she was looking out the window and she was like,
well, I mean, like, listen, a lot of people, including her cast members, are alleging pill popping and alcohol abuse, but like, I don't think she would be ballsy enough to bring drugs over to Greece on a cast trip.
Prescription drugs you can bring overseas.
Okay. Well, I've never.
I don't think she was like bringing like coke, but like.
Okay.
But yeah, I think that there may be some prescription drugs involved. And I think when Whitney said that, the way that everyone looked, like it looked like they were all like, yeah, I mean, it's true.
Well, that's what I'm saying is that this is the thing about Housewives. If you study it, you know that they're aware of things that the audience isn't aware of. And so it's finding a way to bring it onto the show so it can be talked about. And so that's what it feels like they've been doing. Like Whitney and Heather feel like they're trying to drag this storyline into the light of day. And Meredith just keeps going like, I'm fine. I'm totally good. But Meredith was so wild in that she was like crying the first like 40 minutes of the episode. And then the last she was like, hey, let's have a good time, ladies. Woo! And she was like racing in the pool. She was laughing. And those kind of like wild swings, that was because she was like full on crying the whole Sprinter van trip. And so I don't know what it is.
Yeah. And then was, all of a sudden, like you said, swimming and partying in the pool and just had an entire different personality shift. It was very interesting to watch. I will say my dad was in town last week, so I watched with him and he was loving it. He was cracking up.
See, I always like to get opinions of people that don't watch usually, and especially your dad, who has no skin in the game. He actually liked it. He got it.
Yeah, he got it. He was like cracking up.
So I texted Sophie, was it Thursday or Friday? I was at Nick Vile's studios, the Fialis. I recorded an episode of Humble Brag with Cynthia Bailey and Crystal Minkoff, which Nick produces. And I think that's coming out like the first week of the new year. And it was a blast. But all of a sudden it was there. And I thought, it'll just be them. Nick was there. And they have a whole, I mean,
he gave you a look.
I thought there was a little bit of a look. There was a little bit of a look. Because he has given me looks before. There's a little bit of look before. You are,
right?
No, I don't think he does. I don't.
You're
I mean, like,
biggest competition.
No, his big.
Bearded.
By the way,
straight man talking about
Yeah.
from Gabo.
Has Nick talked about being sexually confused about heated rivalry yet? Or is that just me? Is that just me? Hey, Nick, you check out Chef's Package this week? You check that out, bro? Yeah. What if me and Nick drop a rap single at the beginning of January, like Timothy Chalamet about podcasting? Yo, my man hosted the Mormon Wives reunion. He got a Netflix deal. He's going to stack $1 billion. But
you
professional
have to be like trashing him. Like I want it to be like a rap battle.
Well, professional jealousy, though, he did have a team of people working there. They were all extremely nice. I was jealous of, like, they have a whole studio space. I think I could decorate my studio space better, but whatever. But the big thing was that the reason I saw him, because they were just finishing an interview with Miss Britani, Brittany Bateman, and Jared Osman. And so they come walking out, and I'm like, what the? That felt like Christmas came early. I was like, no way. And Jared Osman remembered me from BravoCon, which I don't know if that's good or bad. And then I got a picture with him, and I talked about I said, should I trademark this, Brittany? Can I trademark this? And she was like, oh my God. And then we talked about how I got the unicorn. Nick and Amy Duffy, 2 listeners, got me that stuffed unicorn for our baby, the first stuff. And I told them that, and Brittany was like, oh my God, Jared, do you hear that, Jared, oh my God. It was a very funny moment, but I will say Jared does seem to like to be Jared has Travis Kelce vibes. He likes to be in the spotlight. He likes to be in the limelight.
Being a part of a power couple.
Yes, I think that, I'm all joking aside, it does seem he likes that part of it.
Name a bigger power couple in Hollywood right now.
Brittany and Jared. That's it. Brittany and Jared.
I think Kylie wish they were Brittany and Jared.
Oh my God. I gotta reach out to Brittany and Jared and say, you gotta wear orange leather on Christmas Day and do a Marty Supreme ad. So yeah, it was. I'm still a kid when some of that shit happens. Like, I still turn into a kid where I'm like, oh my God, it's Brittany Bateman. Like, I get genuinely excited. I don't want to lose that aspect either, you know? Like, I was genuinely excited to bump into them.
Never lose your whimsy and zest for Bravo stars.
Or if we're looking at Shep's package, like that kind of whimsy.
At Shep's package.
Well, you have that whimsy. I remember you at that hotel at the day of the Met Gala a couple years ago. Remember, you were so excited to be there.
Oh my God, are you kidding? I get the amount of Bravo celebrities that I have seen just out. I remember I saw Kelly Benson on running in the street 10 years ago, and I took a selfie with her.
Did she stop running, or did you have to run along with her?
I was like, Kelly Benson, oh my God. And we took a selfie. Luann drunk. I've seen all of these, famous New Yorkers in their element, because Luann was blackout at a bar, took a selfie with her. I get so starstruck over Bravo celebrities, more than, like, I'm trying to think of, like, what
you woke up with Wes Wilson one time. Yeah, I'm joking.
Let's just say that was, that was a crazy night. There were oysters. The wine was
oysters are a sexual aphrodisiac, right, Sophie?
But yeah, I saw Jennifer Lawrence and Cook Maroney and, like, Chrissy Teigen and John Legend, just downtown walking a couple of years ago. Never got as starstruck over them as I do with Bravo celebrities.
I remember the Chrissy Teigen one. Yeah. Like the Bravo celebrities, I still get excited about, which I don't want to change, but it was fun to bump into them. But I do want to know, they had a conversation on Salt Lake City at the end where Britney trademarked high body count hair, even though Angie said it. And I feel like I am so not understanding of trademarks. So like if we tried to sell high body count hair merch, then Britney could sue us. And like, if that's true, does everybody on Bravo, like, I would figure Bravo would own anything that is said on their network, like preemptively own it. Like, are all these housewives filing for, like, does Dorinda have I Made It Nice?
That's a good question.
Does Britney have Rotten Hell?
Will an IP lawyer, does Jax have, you're no angel either, sweetheart?
Jax is just all extremely negative and like, you're a fucking bitch. Jax owns that.
I'm a work in progress.
Yeah, I did cheat with that lady in Vegas. He owns that. He owns that.
Get a stripper pregnant.
I did get a stripper pregnant. He owns that.
Wait, did you see that Tom Sandoval?
Yes, that's a news story. Tom Sandoval, you guys, was doing a city winery. He's doing like a Vanderpump trivia tour, because I guess it's probably honestly, it's probably too expensive to take his most extras on the road, because he has like a 13-piece band that he pays. So he's been doing these trivia nights, and he did one at the city winery. I want to say it was at like Philly or something, but there's a recording where people are asking questions and he makes fun of Katie Maloney and he's like, "What's up, dude? You know, on Dateline NBC, dude, when they're like, she had a sparkling personality. She lights up a room, dude. Well, nobody's ever going to say that about Katie Maloney, dude." And by the way, you can hear the audience. The audience is all talking with each other through him talking on stage.
Yeah.
It's like one of those vibes. Like they're
all like, we ride for Katie Maloney. Fuck you.
But it's not even that, Sophie. It's like, like obviously the dude's not like, that's probably not his best presentation of being like a trivia host or, so they're all having conversations with each other. They're like ignoring Tom on stage. They're kind of half listening. So when they do this, they're all like, woo, woo. And Katie already responded saying like, well, you come off like, what is like, will you come off like a murderer?
Yeah, she was like, well, you like share traits with murderers. So yeah.
Yeah, you share traits with, but Tom, what a doofus.
I like Katie Maloney. I'm team Katie Maloney here. He's also not entirely wrong. I think that it was like a funny joke, wrong messenger.
Yes,
wrong delivery.
And also, the wrong person entirely to say that would be Tom Sandoval. But also the other thing is, I've heard that set up by so many comedians lately.
Oh, really?
Haven't you heard that of like she lights up a room?
I've heard that she lights up a room.
Yeah, I've heard that bit so many times.
If your smile lights up a room, you're in danger.
So but then part of me was wondering, did somebody write jokes for Sandoval? Did somebody write like little quips? Because I don't know. It just struck me as something that he wouldn't come up with. That he heard from somebody else, or somebody else potentially wrote from him.
I mean, that's a pretty common thing these days, like Hannah Berner.
Oh yeah, exactly. What if Hannah Berner, the only thing she ever wrote was actual jokes for Tom Sandoval?
For Tom Sandoval jokes.
No. So Tom Sandoval's out in the road. By the way, it looked like it was packed. It did look like it had an audience. So, I mean, people like to be around that shit, whether you're a Bravo villain or a Bravo hero. Also, Katie Maloney, guys, she will be back on reality TV. She's one of the cast members of Stassi Says, Stassi's reality show premiering in 2026 on Hulu.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it'll be interesting to see if it's the same vibe of Katie Maloney on VPR, and if I'm interested to see the Katie Stassi dynamic again, what that's like grown up.
I think they went a few years without being friends, and then recently reunited. And this show has been, I've seen some of her Instagram stories, Stassi's, and it's just been so it was announced like a year and a half ago. Like it was announced a really long time ago, and we haven't gotten any updates. Obviously, no trailer. Like they just were I don't know if they wrapped filming it, but they have been filming it. I have no idea what this show is even going to look like.
I mean, it's supposed to be a lot of her friends like Taylor Strecker, Katie Maloney. I'm sure Lo, her assistant, will be in it. And I think it's like her life, but there'll be a sillier aspect to it. But Rebecca was saying are they going to have a storyline about how Beau's into his stepsister? Like you were on Vanderpump Villa this season. That was a whole argument. She was like, that was the best part.
Revisit that, I think.
That was the best part of Vanderpump Villa. Rebecca was like, I got to find that clip again, which was so funny. So that's coming in 2026. But you remember is that Stassi was supposed to have a talk show on Bravo, and they even staffed it up, and then Stassi got fired because of the Faith stuff.
I actually didn't. She was supposed to have a talk show on Bravo. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, she was supposed to have they were filming the pilot. I knew somebody that interviewed to work on it, but they had started to staff that thing up, and I believe it was going to be right after Watch What Happens Live, and they had been working towards that. And by the way, if you look on IMDb, I believe that credit is on there. If it was a couple of years ago, so I think Stassi really managed to fully come back just with a different network. I mean, I don't think that reunion that she hosted helped, but I think people genuinely seem like they love her.
She was so bad. I know that it wasn't just her. It was also the structure of the reunion. And
the direction of that thing.
The direction of it, but she also was not good. So I'm good on that. And again, former massive Stassi stan here. So yeah, I'm good on Stassi.
Speaking of if things are popular or not, we got finally our first the Roar had been so angered about the new Vanderpump rules and if it was a failure or not because same day ratings showed that it had a very low same day rating. Well, NBC Universal finally put out a couple of press releases, including Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, that Real Housewives Vanderpump Rules got 2.1 million viewers across all streaming platforms. That's a really strong number.
Yeah,
So it got a very low number on the day and date on Bravo. That was a very low number. But if you factor in 7-day ratings, DVR, Peacock streams, all of that, 2.1. Now, I expect that number to drop significantly, but that's a pretty damn good number. It was not the failure that people were trying to make it out to be.
Yeah, so we talk about this on Dark Energy Tuesday on Snarkbait tomorrow. But I had kept seeing it in the top 10 on Peacock. So even while everyone was like, oh my God, it's been an 80% drop since last season, I'm like, well, people are watching it on Peacock. So like
that's how Next Gen did. People were watching it on Peacock.
Yeah. And like I'm not enjoying it. Like it's not like appointment television to me right now, but like I'm having a little bit of fun watching it.
I mean, I've watched way worse. I'm curious to see where it goes, but more importantly, it just shows, like they did this article with Frances Berwick, who's one of the heads of Peacock and Bravo now, and there was a lot of statistics, including it was something insane that most people were watching Love Island USA on their phones. And it just shows you how different, like how we're consuming television, right?
Stand up. I'm the same way. I've been watching Paris on my phone while I like do my skincare, while I shower. Like that's like how I pass the time as an ADHD girl.
No, I mean, but that's how everybody is consuming media these days. It's not like, it's like we had that news story this week that the Oscars in 2029 are moving to YouTube. Like ABC will no longer be the home of the Oscars in 2029. It's going off network television entirely and going directly to YouTube. This shows that we are consuming media completely differently.
Yeah.
Like old fuddy-duddies like myself.
That's why
I'm watching
aren't
on
going
TV.
Anywhere.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, you're right. So it is interesting. Now, Beverly Hills, they got, I think it was 2.8 million for the first episode of the season, which is, it's better than Beverly Hills has premiered in years. And I don't know if that's the Rachel Zoe effect, because I don't think this season has been extremely strong so far.
I'm only watching for Rachel Zoe. So.
And you didn't even watch this past week.
No, but I'm going to.
But this fucking Erika Jayne, there are a couple of people that just, like, Heather Gay's one of them, where I'm like, you're not as funny as you think you are. Calm down.
Yeah.
You're not the king of this show. And then Erika Jayne, she said, I think it was on Watch What Happens Live or something, of like, I don't know if I want to share my boyfriend. We're trying to keep it cool. Like, you better fucking share your boyfriend.
Hate her.
You better share your... But like, that's the one that I better know. I better be able to look at this guy's crotch like I look at Shep's. That's how much this, you do not have a storyline. You better let us get to meet this guy.
That like pisses me off, honestly.
Me too.
It's like, what's your point then? Why are you on the show? What's your point?
You're like, what? You do like 5 dates a year with the Erika Jayne persona? Like,
right.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Like, you can't just be Kyle's friend. I mean,
she's so used to just coasting. Like, why do they let her coast like this?
I really, truly sometimes don't know what they do with certain reality shows.
With this.
And by the way, you're starting to make me feel bad for Tom Girardi. You're starting to make me like genuinely feel bad for Tom Girardi. The other thing is, I got some scoop.
He's gonna die in there.
I'm never gonna talk to him again. He's gonna die.
Like, I feel so weirdly. Anyways. I did get some news that I can confirm is that Bravo and Cocktails had this. And I do know that it actually, part of it is true, is that they're doing the Ultimate Girls Trip road trip to celebrate the 20th anniversary of Housewives because of OC. So this was already announced the weekend of BravoCon. It's really cool. And what it is, there's going to be a core group of, I don't know if they announced this, but there is going to be a core group of women, and they're going to travel city to city of different Housewives cities. So like Beverly Hills, Atlanta, Potomac, and they're going to meet other iconic housewives along the way.
Who's the core group? Do you know?
I do know. Well, listen, this Kyle Richards, Nene Leakes.
Okay.
Nene Leakes. That's big.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear Countess Luann.
So they wanted all OGs.
Well, I also hear that I don't know if this could be Karen. I heard Karen Huger.
She's an OG.
So, she is OG, but but then remember, they're going to meet other housewives on, like, they're going to do parties in cities, and you're going to meet other housewives. And I don't know.
Karen Huger, like, get her off of the road.
Karen Huger is the designated driver for the whole trip.
She's the DP. She's going to be driving the bus, apparently.
No, I mean, listen, I do know that they start filming in January, allegedly, and it sounds really, I mean, I'm kind of into this. Like, I liked The Ultimate Girls Trip. I think this will be a mess and a half in a great way. So I don't necessarily understand if they're going in RVs or how they're traveling. Like, I don't know that part of it, but I do know some of like the party events and stuff, and it sounds really, really cool.
I'm picturing like the Road Rules bus.
That's what I want. Like, imagine
That's really
Luann.
fun.
Yeah, I mean, or like if somebody's hungover and they have to sleep in one of those like tour, like the bus beds,
Yeah,
it'd be amazing.
Like the bunk beds in the hallway part of the bus too.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, that's what I
With
mean.
like a
I think that.
curtain.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't know. I'm totally into that. So we'll
Yeah.
see. But that is actually happening. I think that's very, very cool. I will say I went to Sutton Strack. I went to Sutton Strack's holiday party this week, and I was struck by there was none of her castmates there. Like, isn't that weird?
Oh,
Like, I was
wait.
just like, but I was just like, that's so shit. Like, it's like, this is what I'm talking about. I feel like I'm watching coworkers half the time and not friends.
Sutton Strack, but she's Benoit Blanc, or however you say his name.
Benoit Blanc, yeah. She's Benoit Blanc from Knives Out, a murder mystery. That's how he sounds. Like I love that Knives Out, but Daniel Craig sounds like Sutton Strack, my version of Sutton Strack at the end of that movie. But I was kind of struck where I was like, where's Kyle? Where's Erica Jane? Where's that? You're like, it really kind of, I don't know. I felt weird. Not that she was like, where are these people? But it struck me as like, how weird, it was on a Tuesday. You're telling me Kyle can't get out on a Tuesday?
Apparently not.
Apparently not. Yeah. Also, congratulations goes out to Pete Davidson. Pete Davidson is now a father. Pete Davidson reached out to me and goes, bro, you are going to love this. You are going to be the best dad, Ryan. And you.
Wait, you just went silent.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Sorry, I was switching. I was trying to pull up the article. Pete Davidson didn't reach out to me at all, but he did have a baby girl, right?
Scotty Rose, named after his father. Who passed away in 9/11.
Yeah, Scotty Rose Hewitt Davidson was born on December 12th with his girlfriend Elsie Hewitt. What is Elsie just like a model? Who is Elsie?
Yeah, she's just like a model. She did date Ryan Phillippe at one point and accused him of domestic violence.
Oh, I know that. Oh, I didn't know that was her.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think
shit.
She has one other famous ex, but I cannot remember who. She dated someone else famous. I don't know. I can't remember who. But yeah, Ryan Phillippe as well. And she, like I said, accused him of getting violent with her.
Oh, that's
so
horrible.
good for them.
Well, anyways,
good for
them. They seem happy.
I also love how she seems to be normalizing bottle feeding in the carousel
instead of breastfeeding.
She appeared to be feeding the baby with a bottle and had cabbage over her boobs, which apparently is good for swelling when you're not breastfeeding. So love that. I think that is like really great normalization for that, because there's a lot of like judgment on the internet around breastfeeding.
I wasn't breastfed and I turned out great.
Yeah, you turned out totally normal.
My main man Henry wasn't breastfed either, right? No, he probably was. He's like totally.
Now he is.
He's got his shit together.
Now he is, I said. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
Hey, we're being goofy. Okay, a couple more things. Last night was Bowen Yang's last appearance on Saturday Night Live. He started working at Saturday Night Live in 2018. Did you watch SNL last night by chance?
No, but I saw the skit that he did with Ariana and Cher. So what a way to go out.
And by the way, like, Bowen Yang loves Cher and obviously good friends with Ariana Grande. But like this dude really, I mean, one of the first Asian, if not the first Asian American cast member on Saturday Night Live. But if you watch that SNL making of documentary that came out last year, he was hired as a writer and he kept auditioning to be a performer. He had to keep auditioning. He wasn't good at characters, he said. And like, he's one of the strongest aspects of that show. Yeah. And
what an Emmy. Didn't he?
But also,
nominated?
he was nominated for an Emmy, but also Las Culturistas is huge. He's got a movie career, which is going to be huge. The guy is going to continue to ascend. So like, what a way to go out. A lot of people were like, oh, I'm so shocked. Dude, I'm telling you, him leaving at that moment has been decided since the beginning of this season. They already knew that he was going to leave, and I think it shows how much that show loved him that they sent him out the way they did, with Ariana Grande as the host and Cher as the musical guest. And I just think there's so few people that actually, not a lot of people have bad things to say about Bowen Yang, and I think that's something that should be pointed out.
Absolutely. And I think that, like you said, it sounds like he was getting presented with bigger and bigger opportunities. And even to film Wicked, he had like a strict schedule where he had to go back and forth. And
Ariana Grande had to call Lorne Michaels just to get him off for those weeks, because he was like, I'm sorry, you can't. You know the schedule. And Ariana Grande made the phone call to Lorne before they were even friends.
Yeah. So I think that he is just on to bigger and better things. So good for him.
Yeah, so I thought that was really nice. And I thought what was so nice about that, like, he genuinely was crying during the last sketch, and I'm always a sucker for real emotions. So I thought that was beautiful. Let's see, Northwest has an Instagram. That'll be something we'll talk about in the next year, I'm sure. Northwest has an official Instagram account, which is horrendous. They made the first 2 official cast announcements of the new season of White Lotus. Did you see this?
Yes, AJ, how do you say her name? Mikulka?
Yeah, from Allie and AJ, right?
Yes.
And then,
oh my God,
Alexander Ludwig, who's worked Alexander was, so when I used to work at the acting studio, I worked there for over a decade. He used to come in when he was like a kid almost. And he was the nicest kid, and he's such a good actor, and he's been in so many things. But yeah, Alexander Ludwig and AJ Michalka, or however we say it, they are going to be in the new season of White Lotus. It'll be start shooting filming in a couple of months, which is exciting. So I'm excited to see who they round that cast out with. But that sounds pretty good so far.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I'm
excited. And finally, did you see the preview for Survivor 50?
Oh, yeah, I did. When Jeff goes, we're asking for is
everything. Wait, I was like, yeah, Jeff, ask for every. I was like, that was
fucking Sari and Ozzy, and I'm trying to think of who else. I'm blanking.
You got Mike White from the White Lotus, who writes and directs the White Lotus. He's participating in it. Savannah, the winner of season 49 from this past week, Savannah Louie, Jenna Lewis from the first season of Survivor.
That's who it was. I was like, oh my God, I know she's from season 1, but I can't remember her name.
You have Colby Donaldson from Survivor season 2, Stephanie LaGrossa Kendrick from season 10. You have Sari, Ozzy, Benjamin, Coach Wade. Remember Coach?
Oh my God, Coach. I'm so excited for Coach. I love it.
Yeah.
He's like maybe my favorite Survivor ever.
Listen, there are a couple of things where I'm like, oh, why not Parvati again? Or why not Boston Rob?
Parvati and Boston Rob, we have seen so much of them. We've been lucky enough to see so much of them. I love these returnees a lot.
Yeah. So I believe this premieres in February? Is that right?
Oh God, I still have some I'm still
February 25th. February 25th. I'm still
going through all of the seasons. I have.
Yeah, you took some time off.
I did, and now I'm on season 36. I'm going in chronological order, so I have some catching up to do.
Okay, well, catch up before February 25th.
Yeah.
What is going on Snarkbait this week? Are we still releasing episodes? I know you're on vacation.
So we were like, oh my God, we're done for 2025. We'll see you next year. And then we were like, you know what? Let's do Dark Energy Tuesday. We're like, we're not fucking leaving. You know? So
the world needed it. The world needed it.
When the world needed us most, we showed up. We just can't shut the fuck up, basically.
That's Timothée Chalamet, Marty Supreme energy. That's winning energy.
I'm inspired by him and Charlie Sheen. So we're doing Dark Energy Tuesday tomorrow. We have Patreon episodes per usual every Wednesday. We're not going away. We have some fun reruns. But yeah. So we have some. Wait,
will we rerun?
Episodes.
Will we rerun the episode that I got to be on with Christy when you were out? I think one of your best episodes ever.
Wait, that's a really good one.
Trigger warning, Ryan Bailey. I mean, like, I feel like that is an iconic Snarkbait episode. My God,
that was a classic. Yeah. That was a good one.
We finally shook some of the audience out because it's only really good baby Snark. Yeah, trim the fat on that episode. And then finally, what are you going to be watching on vacation? Maybe Survivor? What are you going to be reading?
Ooh.
What are you, like, because you're going to Cakes. What are you going to be reading on Cakes?
I need to catch up on Survivor, like you said, because I want to catch up before Survivor 50. Need to finish Emily in Paris, which I'm almost done with. I'm watching Broadchurch, which I had never watched before, but I love British thrillers, and everyone was like, "You need to watch Broadchurch."
Is that on Netflix or is that on
Netflix with Olivia Colman, young Jonathan Bailey, and
God, he's like my favorite now after Knives Out.
and he's so young and fresh faced and cute in Broadchurch. I want to watch He Did Rivalry. Those are.
I want to see. I want to see
Right
I want to see Hamnet in the theaters. I want to see that movie.
I don't
Hamnet.
know if I like. I don't know if I like care about Hamnet.
Rebecca says it's supposed to be. Rebecca read the book and says it's so. I mean, so, but it's
Rebecca
like a
would read the
tearjerker.
book.
Rebecca is like one of those smart people. So I want to see that.
We can't relate.
Yeah, I just want to see dick shit with Heated Rivalry. That's all I'm looking at, right?
I do. I like the shit that I want to watch is The Housemaid, the new Sydney Sweeney movie. So I actually am reading. I have the book that I'm gonna read when we're in
The Housemaid,
so I can read the book before I see the movie because it's like just prime literature, you know?
Oh God! And can you believe though, in terms of like that kind of literature, like Colleen Hoover, it has now been almost a year since the Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni shit, and it's almost been a year on December 30th that we got December 31st we got the Craig Conover Paige DeSorbo.
I was thinking about that. I was like, Craig and Paige broke up. Officially, it was announced almost a year ago.
Because remember they had broken up, but she kept saying like, you got to tell people, like it was like at Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So what a year it's been. And so this is our last episode for the year with Sophie. She'll be back in 2026, but we want to congratulate her on all the success with Snarkbait. And so many of you guys out there listen to the show, or they'll even message me and say, I don't listen to your show anymore. I just listen to Snarkbait. And I'm joking. But we're just saying how proud we are of Sophie and what a great year it's been for her and a great year it's been for us. And that's because of you guys. Thank you for laughing or rolling your eyes at us or anything that you do. Yeah. We really appreciate it. And we'll be doing new episodes this week with some great interviews and stuff. So you're covered between both of us, you're covered. But we really appreciate all of your help in 2025. And we look forward to you guys coming back in 2026.
Yes.
Bye.
Thank you. Wait, can I say something?
No. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you guys. 2025 was one for the books. Couldn't have done it without you. Appreciate you. And we'll see you next year.
Okay. I thought you were going to say something complimentary about me and I got scared. So thank you. Okay, good.
Well,
I was like,
wait.
No. I didn't want you to. That's why I was trying to interrupt.
Ryan, you had an amazing 2025. Actually, Henry, I was just eating dinner with my in-laws and Henry, and I was like, I'm going to go record with Ryan. And Henry was like, Ryan is big time now. Like, Ryan is just like so successful. Like, he was literally just talking about how amazing of a year you had. And I was like, he has. He's like, he's big time. You are giving Nick Vialli a run for his money. So proud of you. So many, obviously 2026 is when we see you become a zaddy.
Yes, so I know. Can you believe it?
To watch you become a zaddy.
Me and Pete Davidson. Also, just tell Henry, my big 2026 goal is to watch Heated Rivalry with Henry. That's like my big, with Henry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you go out for the night and I'm like, just me and you, bro.
Out for the night. You guys find a locker room, an Equinox or something, and get to work.
Bye guys.
Bye.
Love you.
Love you.